Hey guys, Crew Blind Wave, I'm Eric.
I'm Shane.
Shane, what was going on yesterday that we got new Nintendo stuff?
Nintendo had a video press conference where they showed off the Nintendo Switch, their new dedicated home console slash handheld hybrid.
Yeah.
I watched the whole thing, loved it. It was up and down, but it began real strong, ended real strong.
Yeah.
With some high and low points in the middle.
Okay.
And the low points are just things that honestly, I'd have to play it. Like
Sure.
Wii Sports, I had to play it.
Okay.
Okay.
But you were telling me that there's some new Zelda stuff and some new Mario stuff, so that's what we're going to get for.
That's the most exciting stuff for me.
I'm super excited. I mean, of course, I get alerted as soon as there's a new Zelda trailer, but I'm like, shit, because I do a reaction channel.
I watched already.
Well, you watched the whole thing, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so we should probably just watch it and talk about it.
Yeah.
It's got to be real good now.
Okay.
It's a lot of water. It's like an ocean to me. Beach. Oh wow, shit. We better be able to sail. This is new music. Arctic Fox. Sweet. I'm gonna eat that thing. Korix. Alright, multiple ones. We saw one.
So
The Master Sword. It's got a glow this time. Sweet! That's good. There's that airship, I think, that we've seen before. Some horses and shit. Oops.
The history of the royal family of Hyrule.
There's
is
voice
also
acting?
The history of the Calamity Ganon. A primal evil that has endured over the ages.
Oh, run, squirrel, run. There he is.
That shit gave me vertigo just now.
Yeah. Shit. Oh. Oh!
Look at that.
Ooh. Big ass moblin. What was that? Shit.
Look at that shit. Look.
That's my favorite part. I love it. What? Damn it. Gotta go through this again. There's a boat.
That look on your face tells me that you have no recollection of me, however.
Is that the Deku tree?
I think you are now ready. Ready to hear what happened 100 years ago.
Good one. Look at this.
Hey, she's... Oh, Zelda. That's Zelda. She's bathing. What?
Some story beats here.
Was that Sheik? Oh, first time we saw her.
Everything I've done up until now, it was all for nothing.
It's a Gerudo. Wow. Wow! Gorons! That was that? I don't know that. I love
It's
it.
a fairy thing.
It's a Gerudo. It's a Zora.
Yep.
Falco. Zora. Oh, this music, dude.
Save her. My daughter.
The King of Hyrule? At the King of Red Lions? Fucking show me that tree. I'm pretty sure that's the Great Deku tree. I think I saw his mouth moving.
Open your eyes.
They're open. They're open. March 3rd.
March 3rd. The day.
Holy shit, that's in like 2 months.
It's less than 2 months. This one, it's the day the Switch comes out too. It launches with it.
That was everything I've ever wanted. That was everything Skyward Sword wish it was.
I love Skyward Sword.
I love Skyward Sword
It's one
too,
of my
but
favorite Zelda games. Actually,
it's great. It's not the best. The world's not connected. Here, I can just go where the hell I want.
well, yeah. But
Skyward Sword, I gotta go up in the clouds, I gotta fly around, I gotta fall down in the clouds, and there's fucking nothing there. You know what I'm saying?
I don't like that, obviously.
That's my favorite part of Zelda is exploration.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna explore. By the way, I'm gonna be streaming this motherfucker as soon as it comes out.
I'll be streaming the day it comes out.
I'll be streaming it better.
We'll see.
We'll see. Well, you want to go?
We'll see if you can find it.
You want to go through this trailer and see who can fucking Zelda each other off? Because I'll do it. There's some shit in here that you don't even fucking know about, Shane. That I saw, and you're like, look at that. And I'm like, I'm looking. I looked.
So I've seen like 10 breakdowns of it.
I'm gonna break down myself.
Alright,
All right, did you see that? See right here? Look at that. There's a fucking seal on the beach. You know what that means? That means I'm eating seal.
Alright. You got me there.
We got an Arctic fox, it looks like. Can't tell if that's from the Great Plateau area or not. But it's the first time we saw that specific piece of wildlife.
You know, look how big the world is.
I know, man. It's literally everything that I want. Now, these are the Koroks, right? This is from Wind Waker. Mm-hmm. They used to be the Kokiri, and then to further hide themselves away from the world, they turned into these kind of like wood imp-like characters. So they're not my favorite species in Wind Waker or Zelda in general, but they're funny. I wonder... See, I'm interested. There's a lot of stuff in this trailer, like 100 years, some shit's been going down. I wonder if this is actually Ocarina of Time Link. 100 years, time,
like if you're
hero.
sleeping this whole time? Because we know the game starts with you waking up.
We know, I mean, we got a couple different story timelines in Zelda, right?
Yeah.
We have child and adult timelines, and then we have the defeated timeline and the success timeline, right?
Yeah.
So, it seems to me like something happened. Ganon came back. He's called Calamity Ganon in this one. Mm-hmm. I would imagine that some shit happened and they had to bring back the Hero of Time, because we've seen in the Nintendo Treehouse gameplay, it's like, Link, wake up, and it's called the Resurrection Chamber.
Yeah. Well,
you know
so, and let's be clear for myself and for people watching, the Defeated Timeline's a Wind Waker sequel, right?
The Success is Wind Waker, I believe.
Okay.
Because, you know, you sealed Ganon away, then he eventually came back, and then because he came back, the gods flooded the world. I think. I don't know where this is going to be placed at all. It could be anywhere, but from what we're looking at here, it looks like there was a once great kingdom of Hyrule that were now in kind of ruins, and then you have small towns and stuff like that. Because we keep seeing ruins and broken statues.
And I see a lot of heavy story beats in the last half of the trailer.
Yeah,
too,
we'll get to
with
there.
Voice acting and stuff like that.
That's the biggest thing. Voice acting in a Zelda game.
Yes, it's.
I mean, they've always had like, hi! You know, or...
Oh, thank you!
Yeah. Or Link being like, come on! You know, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it's always ever been like, oh, ew. Sounds like that. It's never been straight up voice acting.
I wonder if that Goron will talk. That's weird to think about.
See, I want to get to that point because there's some stuff in here that makes me think of Ocarina of Time. Okay, that's absolutely 100% the Great Deku Tree. Look at the shape of the eyes and the shape of the mouth, right? Now, we know the Great Deku Tree was killed by Ganondorf in Ocarina of Time, and then there was a Deku Sprout. Mm-hmm. So could this be the Deku Sprout that we're seeing here?
It could only be the Deku Sprout, right?
It has to be. Unless this takes place before Ocarina of Time, and in which case I don't think so, because Ganondorf is Ganondorf then, he's not yet.
Yeah.
You know, Ganon. He's still Ganondorf Dragmire. Okay, so Great Deku Tree back. Now, the last time we saw a Deku Tree was, I think the Sprout was from the Wind Waker, but he was fucking goofy as shit looking. This looks more classic Deku Tree to me. So I don't know. I'm interested to see what's going on there.
Question, Skyward Sword, doesn't that take place...
Skyward Sword is the very first
one. Takes place before even the first Zelda.
Because Zelda is the... Spoilers! Zelda is the goddess Hyla.
Yes.
Alright. So, once again, we see the Master Sword in its decayed state. Now it's glowing this time, though. So, maybe much like Link, it has to be resurrected. I'm loving the scope. This is like fucking the Fields of Rohan and Lord of the Rings. There's horses all over the damn place. You go grab them. I won't eat them.
Yeah, and you
might not be able to. I will if I can.
I don't know. I mean, during some IGN, what's it called? The Tree Time IGN
Treehouse.
Nintendo Treehouse gameplay stuff. You can just run around as horses everywhere, and you can just try to tame one.
Well, you have to tame them, yeah.
Yeah, and so it's weird not to have a dedicated steed like Epona.
You know, I like that though because you don't have like a dedicated sword like the Kokiri sword, and then you get the Master Sword.
Yeah.
You pick up weapons and use them until they break.
Yeah.
It's probably the same. You might not be able to call a horse to you. You have to go get a horse,
Yeah.
And then later in the game, I would imagine if I was building this thing, I would give you a dedicated horse.
Yeah.
But it's much later in the game, and it's, twice as fast or something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. All right, let's keep going. Now, in this shot right here, you see the kind of floating thing in the background. In the first couple of trailers, I thought that was literally a floating island, much like Skyloft from Skyward Sword.
Yeah.
But since we've seen that, like, bird guy go up into this bird plane thing, I'm thinking it's that now.
Okay.
So.
And the music is great.
The music is wonderful. It's they've been using that other piece of music for the last couple of trailers. This is brand new, so I'm hoping this is what we kind of hear in the game. Now I know they're trying to go with more of like an atmospheric soundscape kind of design for like the outer world, but for epic stuff, you gotta bump that up. You know what I'm saying? Zelda was the best thing when it came to music for Ocarina of Time because the music designer designed the Hyrule Field in a way. He's like, hey, you're gonna be spending a lot of time running around Hyrule Field. I gotta make this music something that you can stand to listen to.
Yeah.
So it's like it's like a 12-minute song that just goes up and down, and he designed it in a way it automatically would go into like a battle theme.
Yeah.
Like if you get too close to an enemy, and it never like there's never like a start playing another music. It always just goes in another. So
have you seen the deluxe bundles that come out with the Zelda game? And there's the low-end one, which is just a game. There's a middle one, and then there's a high-end one.
Yeah.
The middle one has like a soundtrack and like a carrying case.
Yeah, I saw a carrying case for the NX. I think I saw a like a Master Sword statue or something.
That's for the high-end one. There's like a Master Sword replica.
Yeah.
There's a carrying case. There's like all that shit.
Yeah.
It looks awesome.
Yeah. Okay. All right. The climbing mechanic here too. That's just a great addition, and it's gonna be awesome too because
do you have a grip meter?
You have a grip. It's just more of your stamina meter. But the best thing they can do is in the early stages you don't have a whole lot of grip. As you progress through the game, you gain more grip. You can get higher places.
Yep.
So they can have stuff in the first area that you just can't get to yet. You know, and then the mechanic of the glider, with this thing, is just gonna open the world up even more. Now, did you notice in this shot, Shane, that the leaves are much different? They're not super green. They're more fall colors. I mean, does this imply seasons? I mean, we know that in the high peaks and stuff like that, we'll have winter-like places, but I wonder if there'll be any kind of season element to this game.
Like in the Capcom Game Boy Advance games.
Yeah.
Or Game Boy Color, right?
Or cool seasons. But I mean, even in this shot here with the arch and everything is old. Everything, there's no like...
The ruins.
Yeah, there's no one's currently living here, which, some people can say, well, that makes it easy for a game that doesn't have to have, like, NPCs all over the place, like The Witcher or something like that.
Yeah.
But it also gives that sense of history, too. And,
it tells a story.
Yeah.
Something happened 100 years ago. I'm hoping it's an Ocarina of Time thing, like you said.
All right, this was like some kind of... It looks like a temple boss, but it's in the overworld. It's just much bigger than what we saw, that little rock thing. Not little, but that big rock thing in the Grand Plateau or whatever. So we're going to have a lot more world bosses. I'm excited about that. Kind of like how in Wind Waker, when you would be sailing and then one of those octopus things would just pop up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Fuck those things, man.
Yeah. All right, giant moblin Cyclops thing.
Yep.
That's great. Kind of getting some that Ico giant
Colossus?
monster. The Colossus. Kind of some Colossus stuff here.
Like a Colossus. One of the Colossi?
Yeah. Okay, now this is interesting. Who is this guy? Is it just a straight up enemy? It has a very interesting design. That's a Shakia symbol on its mask. And if you look at Foxtail, look at the sword. That looks like the sword that Fierce Deity Link has. Doesn't
kind
it?
of, yeah.
It's
well,
kind of like
the twisty blade does, but I don't know what the handle does.
I can't. Well, the Fierce Deity just didn't even have a hilt. It just had a pommel, a grip, and then the sword. But the blade is interesting. And Fierce Deity Link does share some similarities with Shakia design or Sheikah design. I always call it Shakia. People will make fun of it.
The Master Sword?
Yeah, we've seen Link with the Master Sword plenty of times now.
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to... I personally, for me, not even for this video, I just want to look at this town for a second. Like, look at this.
Oh, yeah, it's big, beautiful, it's busy.
There's a lot of people,
look at
busy,
the
windmills.
Crazy-ass mayor living on top.
Yeah, no, that looks great.
Taxing the hell out of the poor pheasants.
That looks exciting to explore.
Oh, yeah, it does.
And then we have another one, too. This looks more, like, deserty. And I saw a Garrido
it looks
later.
More, yeah, so it looks... Yeah,
maybe
it looks more tropical,
yeah,
too.
maybe we get, like, the Garrido Desert thing kind of back. That looks like a wasteland. I'm not going there.
No.
Ghost Nation's up there.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
Beautiful imagery right here.
This is great. I mean, we know that in that little river in the Great Plateau, you could use your Deku leaf on that thing and make it go. But I wonder if you can build, or just discover more sophisticated boats.
Yeah.
That would be cool. Much like you can do horses. That looks great.
It looks like, honestly reminds me of Flower from the PlayStation franchise.
Yeah. Okay, this is a Guardian, but it looks like bigger than any Guardian we've ever seen. Like the Guardian King. this fucking thing. It might be the same thing we saw earlier, but
I think it is.
What's the scale of this? This looks giant.
I think it's huge because the other shot you see them going over on the town. I think it's the same thing.
This reminds me of
Shadow of the Colossus.
Shadow of the Colossus. Okay, right here. Is that not chic? That looks like fucking chic.
I gotta get closer.
You can't get super close, but if you ask me, that looks a lot like the chic we saw in Hyrule Warriors.
Okay.
That design. I'm just saying, I think that might be the 7th Sage. Our good first shot of Zelda in this game, wearing an outfit very close to Link's new blue outfit.
Yeah, she reminds me of a little younger version of Zelda.
Okay.
And that shot is...
Guardians going over... I mean, okay, if we see in the corner there, see that fountain? I'm pretty sure that's the fountain that we see now that's now desolate, so this has to be some kind of flashback.
You think so? I was wondering...
I would say it has to be.
Well, I was wondering, hoping actually it was like a story setting. It actually happens to a town that you visited, to people that you know.
That would be wonderful.
And then when you go back, and then you can't... Because most of the towns in Zelda, they're undisturbed.
Yeah.
Unless you talk about Ocarina of Time, they're undisturbed, and you go back there. Like,
I imagine
cool if you go there, and all these people are like rebuilt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Don't get me wrong. I think that would be awesome, but I imagine that when they're talking about this 100-year thing, we're gonna be seeing what happened because these Guardian things all look fucking relatively new. But when Link when he wakes up from that resurrection chamber, they're all over the place and they're old and they activate when he comes near them.
Yeah.
So I think that this is like the beginning, and then they spread out throughout Hyrule. I think this is part of what happened with Calamity Ganon. Maybe. I'm not sure. They called the Guardians. So are they supposed to guard the kingdom?
I'm just saying, it'd be nice.
Maybe they went haywire, you know?
Like another hoping why it's a modern shot is think how nice and dense that town is to explore.
I 100% agree, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know. I want to get my hopes up, but that would be great.
I want a motley crew, Eric. I want Link to have a motley crew.
All I'm saying is this is definitely a Gerudo right here.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell that tiger thing is.
It wouldn't not benefit Link to have like a couple partners. You know what I mean? Sometimes I feel like
this is pretty crazy for a Zelda.
Oh yeah, for a Zelda game.
For a Zelda game, right here.
That's what I'm saying. Like this brought me. This got a tear in my eye when I saw it last night.
Yeah. Okay, we got Goron's back. You know, Darunia, my boy, my favorite. But see, he even has the Goron symbol encased in this chain thing right here. Mm-hmm. You know, one of the spiritual stones was that symbol. Like, if I don't know. It would be crazy if he actually was the hero of time and he has to go find the resurrected versions of the 7 Sages. You know what I'm saying? That would be cool because we saw Gerudo already. We knew Nabaru was one. We saw Goron. We know Darunia was one. Just to say.
No, yeah.
I don't know who the hell this is.
Like a fucking fairy.
It looks like she's in a flower or something.
Well, like yeah, it might be. It reminds me of when you go down to the little fountains and they're sort of dancing around.
That was a big pointy titties.
Yeah, it reminds me of one of those.
This shot is amazing.
This is a gorgeous shot.
I want that shot. I don't know how. I just want it.
You just run and tilt the camera that way.
I don't want to run.
All right.
I mean, that's straight up. That's straight up a Gerudo.
Yep.
That's a Zora male.
Yep. He looks like a badass, doesn't he?
Yeah. There's this guy with the bow and arrow, and he's Falco. I'm not sure what's going on with him, but I love it.
He's gonna bring you mail.
Now the thing is that we had the Rudo in the Wind Waker. They were descendants of the Zora, but in this one we have Zora and that bird thing. I don't know if that means that he's not a Rito, but we'll see. It's great. I love it. Love it so much. That's for breakdown.
Yes.
We got to move on to more things. I'm super excited. I will be streaming Zelda.
And we'll probably do an opening of the game and maybe an opening of the Switch console as well.
Yeah.
So
look out for that.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I mean, it's only 2 months. I mean, I have a lot of stuff I'm working on right now. I'd like to get into streaming, but it might be my first stream. I don't know. Like my first dedicated full you get to watch.
Yeah.
Because I'll be super excited to discover, along with you guys, along with Shane, stick along with Blind Wave. That's it.
Yes.
Thank you guys for checking out this video. If you'd like to see more, you can hit the subscribe button. We do stuff on our Twitch streams, which is twitch.tv/blindwave. You can see us playing games and stuff, but sometimes we'll bring that stuff over here to YouTube. But you have to go over there and make sure you follow there as well. We'll be doing a lot more video game related material as we start doing more stuff. And it's a good time to be a Wave Rider.